Hey, what it do, what the business is.
It is another week in the books with the On Deck TV show. I am Spike Lou.
Man, holla at your boy Animal Brown, Animal_Brown if you're looking for me on social.
Absolutely, man. And I am Spike Lou on them same social sites. Holla at your boy AB. Snow is some slaw.
Man,
Tell
we
you that
snowed
right now.
in. We snowed in, shouted right now in the A. It's crazy.
This gonna be another snowmageddon. People getting stuck on the interstate and everything like they did last time.
Why people go out in this shit, dude?
So glad I ain't nowhere. There was some slaw on the news, nigga. This shit was standstill. Like, bruh. God, that's some slaw. I got stuck in that shit last time. I would never in my life forget that.
Yeah. Are you talking about
Yeesh.
Snowmageddon or are you talking about this other week?
The Snowmageddon, like
Oh,
when
yeah,
we
the
was at
Snowmageddon
the
shit was
other
crazy.
gym.
I got
That
stuff
shit was
too.
insane, bro.
Shout
I
out
ain't
to
never been that pissed
everybody.
off in my life.
Shout out to everybody in warm tropical climates right now. Somebody might be on vacation right
Facts.
now being like, snow.
Right. What y'all niggas talking about?
Shout out to you,
Facts.
whoever you are. But we know what y'all came for, man. The latest and greatest in hip hop news coming up today. Your man Joey Badass is waging war on the West Coast. He drops the second song, taking shots, letting anybody who want it have it. We're going to discuss that in a minute. Some strong and interesting claims about who wrote for Memphis Bleak back in the day. You should all be shocked when you hear who it is. And the TikTok ban has been extended. We're going to talk about what impact it could have, positive or negative, on the music industry. But first, Snoop Dogg, the most
Mm,
famous rapper on the face of the earth,
mm.
Nelly, Soldier Boy, the first rapper to do everything, and Rick Ross all caught flack for performing at a crypto event sponsored by Donald Trump. Very
Mm.
Trump-ish. It was kind of like an inaugural event going on. Several events were popping off all weekend. They caught flack for this. Nelly gave his explanation. Soldier Boy gave his explanation. We have yet to hear from Rick Ross that I know of, and we have yet to hear from Snoop. Fair or foul, the flack that these artists called.
First of all, you said something that was interesting that I got pushed back on this weekend when I was doing Is the Mic Still On, AB? Shout out to those guys over there. That comes out on Wednesday. I too casually said that Snoop Dogg was the most famous rapper in the world, and they pushed back on that.
Why?
I had no, I couldn't
Why?
figure it out. I felt like I was in the twilight zone. Other names that were mentioned was Eminem was the biggest push that they gave, and I was like, come on, y'all. Like, I
I mean,
promise you, there are places in Nashville that Eminem could walk down the street and no one would care. Snoop can't go nowhere and nobody
yeah,
cares.
Snoop can't go nowhere.
Yeah,
I could
so
argue Kanye might be more famous than Snoop. I mean, excuse me, than Eminem.
I would
That's
agree
an
with you.
argument. Let me say
I
that.
would definitely agree with you. I definitely would agree with you there. But to your
Eminem grew a
point,
beard out. He don't even look like Eminem no more. Like,
Now, niggas, like I'm telling you, bro, it may just because I'm biased, but I still think it's Snoop, as you said. He
agreed.
is the most popular rapper in the world. Seeing the most popular rapper in the world up there caping for Trump when just a few months ago, well, not months, years ago, a few
Yeah.
years ago, he was making some strong claims against Trump and wasn't fucking with him. But we do know that Death Row founder Harry O was released from prison on a pardon by Donald Trump. So this may have been someone calling in a favor. This is how it goes when you get on Snoop level. Sorry, that's just how it is. That's probably why we ain't heard from him, as you said.
Yeah.
Do I care that he's up there? Yeah, I still wish I wish it hadn't happened. I wish we wouldn't say that Snoop is the most famous rapper in the world and what we know hip hop and rap stands for from our perspectives, and then we see him up on stage for Dude. I didn't like that at all. But when you come to Nelly, Soulja Boy, Rick Ross, like yes, it's as expected. Like I'm more disappointed that Nelly is trying to explain himself, bro. We don't care. I ain't even gonna hold you.
He was
I care more
battling.
to Snoop. Yeah, he like, bro. I don't, Nelly. I understand you being up there. If I'm being 100% real with you, bro, I know they cut you a nice check, and it's cool for Nelly at this stage of his career to accept a nice check. That's fine. Same thing with Rick Ross. I know you couldn't turn that
And
down.
Soldier Boy.
I get it. And Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
Snoop is the one that I'm disappointed with. The other niggas I could care less about. I don't even know that they have political views or know the detriment that Donald Trump is to their people. But and again, that's not giving them an excuse. That's just saying that's something that I would expect from somebody like them people. But Snoop, I'm super disappointed in because other than it being a favor, return for a favor, I don't understand. You don't need to look, bro. You hosted the Olympics.
Yeah. Yeah. We're used to legacy acts that are more probably washed up doing stuff like this. You like he's not gonna get someone that Kendrick. Or, I mean, he wouldn't do it anyway, but those type of acts wouldn't accept the call. You got to go down the Rolodex to get the Soldier
Facts.
Boys and the Nellies and the Rick Rosses
Yeah.
respectfully. Snoop is probably at the top of the list. He's like we said, he's probably the arguably the most popular artist in the hip hop space even today. More for being a personality, not necessarily because his new single is popping, but you get what we saying. I'll separate it like this. We can chalk it up to money for Nelly, Rick Ross, and Soldier Boy. And Soldier Boy came out and said it was for the bag. Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, his response was like, "Nigga, I did this for the check, nigga. Like, what are you talking about? You know how much I got paid for this shit, bro? I'm up there for 15 minutes, bro. Like, what are y'all talking? Like, the nigga already won, bro. Like, I'm not." He said, first of all, he wasn't there. He tried to say he wasn't there or whatever the case. Talking about Trump.
What? Oh.
He was saying Trump wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
And like, so he didn't, he was trying to kind of imply that it wasn't necessarily like a Trump event, air quote, which okay, whatever the case, that may be semantics. But at the end of the day, he did it for a check. So
See, I respect that. I respect him saying that versus Nelly at trying to act like
does that make him a
he can't.
sellout?
Who Soldier Boy? He been a
Yeah,
sellout. Like we seen this nigga like this. We know what Soldier Boy is at this point. Like it ain't no knock to him. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but we know he's going to chase the bag. I don't expect Soldier Boy to stand up for black right. I don't expect that out of him, and I think that's the problem with people that they have when they get in these situations with these superstars. Your expectation is too high. I don't expect shit from Nelly. Soldier Boy, Rick Ross, I do expect some things from, but he's shown in his past too, like, okay, I'm going after the bag. So I get that. I know that he could be bought. But yeah, like I don't expect Soldier Boy not to do this. Like I don't expect him to stand on business and be like, nah, I ain't fucking with Trump. Nah.
when Nelly says people still are in the armed forces fighting for the country and representing the person who's in the White House, even though they may not have voted for him, they still do their job. Is that different than him still doing his job?
Yes, it is.
Talk
Comparing
to me.
himself, comparing himself to a soldier at war that's fighting for his country. Like yes, the president is the commander in chief and he is over the army, but some people who ain't like just like Soldier Boy said, some people in the army for a check. Like some people there for the
That's
check, it
true.
don't matter who's there.
That's
And some
true.
people are genuinely fighting for their country, though they may not be in the same political party as the person who's leading this country. They still believe in America. And that's
Mm.
what they fighting for. They fighting for America. They're not fighting for Trump or Obama or Bush or any of those people. So that bullshit and that even more reason you reading that quote is a reason that I do not care that Nelly was up there because I expect him to say something like that and compare himself to somebody who's fighting for their country.
Yeah, Nelly was nigga babbling. Bro, just because he said he didn't do, he specifically said he didn't do it for a check, and that's where he lost me.
Yeah,
Bro, if he would have came on there and said, "Hey y'all, I feel you, do some slaw," but the check that they just gave me to perform for 8 minutes, it would have taken me 20 shows to do that.
I
I
just
got a
had
new
a
baby
child.
on the way. I got bro, like,
Like what we
what do
talking
y'all want
about,
me to
bro?
do? Were
Yeah.
y'all gonna give me that? If Kamala would have called me, I would have done it. If whoever won, I would have went to the White House and done it, or wherever the fuck they was at. I would have done it. Like, so it doesn't. If he would have been like, bro, it doesn't matter who is in office, I would have done it. I think if he would have kept it a buck, he'd get more
Yeah.
respect.
Just keep it real. Like you said, like he could have been like, y'all niggas go to work for people every day that y'all
That
don't
y'all don't
like.
fuck
Y'all
with.
ain't stop
Facts.
showing up. Yeah, y'all going for the check. What we talking about? So like that, that's what Nelly loses me because I expected him from him. And two, I knew he wasn't gonna keep it real, but I wouldn't even click on that video to get no explanation from him, bro. Like,
It's
stop,
it's
stop.
it's you mentioned something that's interesting because there's levels. Let's be clear.
Mhm.
But a lot of times people do go to work. People sell out at work for much less than them
Much
niggas
less
got paid.
to struggle, to make like barely make ends meet. You go and smile and laugh with people and kiki
Throw
and
niggas under the
kaka.
bus. Tell on
Facts,
niggas.
nigga. Y'all niggas do this shit every fucking day, b. What you talking about, man?
Yeah, so it's levels. I get it. Trump, I get it. He's already repealed like some HBU shit and some DEI stuff. Like I get it, bro. Like if nigga ain't fucking with him, I understand both sides. I really do. If a nigga
Yeah,
was like, yeah, they called me, I'm good. I get it. And if a
Yeah,
nigga like they call me and I made a year's worth in 12 minutes, who am I to be like, nah, bro, don't do that? What
you
the fuck?
sure?
I'm not paying this nigga. I'm not paying nothing on your bills, dude. Like, what the fuck? Why are you listening to me, dude?
And, and to be honest, man, we don't have that many people in culture that's in our culture anymore to stand on business. Like the days of Chuck D and niggas like that, that's slick over with,
Is
bro.
that Killer
Like
Mike?
they,
Even, but
I
even
don't.
even look at him
Yeah,
on some,
yeah.
because
I was
he
gonna
sit
say
with,
you could say yes, but then niggas say Killer Mike do the same shit.
yeah,
Like they'll try to put that on him, which I personally do not. But there are some people that say Killer Mike has sold out because he who he sit with and shit. So yeah, like
I
it's I
can't.
think those days are over, bro.
My last thing, because I don't believe in cancel culture, but Snoop made those statements back in 2017 about he called niggas jigaboos and coon. Like he went there with it for
Facts.
anybody performing at the thing. So his statement didn't age well
And
at all. But
Harry
Harry O got
got out
pardoned, which I believe
in
probably opened
2021.
the door for
Yep.
the purchase of death row. So when personal interests are involved, fam, I hate to
That's
break it to y'all,
politics.
99.9%. I'm not even talking about celebrities, nigga. People on earth, when self-interest are involved, especially if it don't involve like nigga killing or hurting somebody else. What?
Yep.
Bro, we got to keep it we just have to be realistic and we can't hold people to different standards than you would hold yourself. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying. Like, I get it if a nigga was like, nah, I'm straight. Boosie don't want to do the gay show. I get it. NLE Chopper don't care. He like, I'm getting the bag. I get that. These niggas
Yeah.
want to perform at the Trump thing for the bag and like, man, fuck that nigga. I'm gonna get this check. I get it. If a nigga was like, nah, I ain't doing it, fuck Trump. Bro, I can't sway. I'm not. You know how much Snoop has done with the Snoop football and the charities, and they've been doing that for 20 years, bro. He been putting little kids through college, fam. Like, I can't be like, nah, nigga, fuck Snoop now. Like, that's
Yeah.
corny, bro.
He sold out. You know, such thing as yeah, that is
He sold
definitely a
out
fact.
now. That nigga been doing it. He been doing the football league, keeping niggas off the streets for 20 years, dude. Like,
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, again. I think the expectations are just different for people. Like people would just jump and want to cancel people. You spoke to cancel culture. It's like,
yeah, that's
come on, bro.
mm,
It's not gonna happen.
no.
All right, man. Moving on.
Wait, talking about
Drake,
does he owe an explanation though? Because he said that shit in
nah,
2017.
this big business. This big
Okay.
business, man.
Okay.
Like
We just gotta read in between the lines.
I'm Snoop. Yeah, like I'm Snoop, bro. Like you don't get like
But he said
Nelly
what
is
he
a nigga that
said
gotta
though.
go
Like, you
apologize.
gotta
Yeah, like
he went out his
it's a
way.
difficult. You're right, and we spoke to him being the most popular rapper ever, and to some people that doesn't mean anything. To some people that means everything. But there's this middle class where if I open my mouth, then I'm swaying you one way or the other.
Yeah,
And for me to stay as popular as I am, I'm just gonna stay quiet and leave it
I
great for the
got you.
people that it's great for. I don't want to like Snoop is big Benny. This nigga I think finna do some Super Bowl shit. He just came off the Olympics. Like this is big business when we talking about Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Talking about Snoop talk. But
And the next Olympics in Cali too. So we
like
already
come
know
on,
what
bro. What are
time
we
that
talking
is.
about, bro?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
it's
like this is big business, man. Like I don't I ain't necessarily saying I agree with it, but I understand. I understand what big business is. We see these shows like Billions and fucking Succession all the time and
yeah,
all the
it's
back channeling and things that happen. You talking about a nigga that in 2017 was saying fuck Trump, bought Death Row Records somewhere between 2017 and now, and one of the main reasons is because the president who he's performing for let the man Harry O out of jail that started Death Row. Like this is business. This is big
it's
business,
it's a
man.
clear that's the one
Yeah.
thing I will say. It's a clear A to Z. Like, we know the
Of how
reason,
he
bro.
got there. We know why you here.
So
I don't know why Nelly here or Soldier Boy
I know we know
or
why
Rick
they here
Ross. Other
too.
than well, we know why they there too.
We know why they
But yeah, like there's a much more like deeper, darker criminal link with Snoop. I feel like in this.
for sure.
So
I'm
speaking of
letting I'm
deeper,
letting it
darker,
slide because of that. I'm gonna keep it a book.
that's fair. I ain't mad at that. Speaking of deeper, darker criminal links, yeah, man's Aubrey the boy, aka Drake. He withdraws the legal action, then sues UMG for defamation. He had streamers in the lawsuit. Like it's getting crazy out here. AB, I want to know has your stance changed in this whole situation?
The one thing I will say I didn't like is the naming of the
One thing.
streamers. I didn't
Mm,
like that. I don't think that's a good idea. The
mm,
streamers are the new, I don't want to say A&R. They're like the new source. They're the new. I can't even think of what it is now. They're the new Siskel and Ebert, bro. Like they're the new New York
Yeah, they the new
Times.
XXL. They the
They're the
new
new
yeah, all of that
XXL.
shit.
Like, bro, when they stay up at midnight and they play your new album that came out and they saying it like this, why that shit
Mm.
playing, that shit go viral. If they play your new shit and they turn flipping over the chairs and the seats and there's 10 of these niggas and they hot, now, yeah, now y'all shit going up. They control, at least with a certain segment of the population. Obviously, I don't give a fuck what they think, but I'm saying
I
there's a
don't even know how
certain,
to watch a stream.
yeah, I'm not watching this shit. I get it, but there's a large segment of the youth community that cares about what they say, and then that stuff goes viral, and now you're swaying people depending on their reaction. It's just a new meme. When the niggas used to do the Jordan dunking something in the trash can, people were like, man, yeah, that is shit kind of some slaw. And then they retweet it, and now that becomes the narrative that your album is some slaw. That is a slippery slope that now I'm really trying to see what the end game is. I felt like I had an idea with it when he was going against UMG because of the information, of course, of all this shit happening while he was trying to negotiate, and they trying to lowball him based on the drop in popularity. Okay, I can see there's a line there. I get that. I don't see the line with the streamers if he's implying that maybe they tried to pay the streamers. Oh, that's what it was. They cleared the song for people to react to it. That's what it was. So he's
They're
saying
not
that they
like us.
aided in the popularity of it by doing that, which maybe there's an argument there, but I still think that's a slippery slope because they're too popular right now, bro. They run too much of the culture, and they can make something hot or cold, bro. That shit could be fire, and they can sit there and act like it ain't, and niggas will follow that shit, and that's not good for your bottom line. So I've changed my stance because I don't understand the play completely with that. I think that's a bad idea.
You said you understood the end game prior to now.
Yeah, the
What was
original
your
one.
what was your understanding of the end game?
I thought he was trying to use this as leverage to up that bag up for the real because he got one album left. They've been in negotiations, and he's alleging that they pumped this song up so that they can lowball him on the next on the deal. He's trying to get 600 million. So we talking about these niggas
Mm,
performing for Trump for 100,000, 600 million niggas. You want to talk about levels?
hmm
He playing a different. This is a completely different level of negotiating, tactic, chess, whatever. That's what I thought it was. But he dropped that suit and then came back with a defamation. I don't know the difference between the two. I don't know what the end game is with this. Is it the same? I don't know. But because the first one has Spotify in it too. I don't think this one
Yeah,
has
you dropped him
Spotify.
out. Yeah, he said they
Oh,
was paying Spotify extra money to put them in like
yeah,
this
because remember,
playlist and shit like
people
that.
people were searching Drake songs, but then not like us would pop up as suggested, or they would search an unrelated song, or niggas niggas would be listening to a
Uh,
country song, and the next song that would automatically play would be not like it would be stuff like that, and he like so I saw the smoke with that. I'm getting lost with the streamer's name and the defamation. I don't know what's going on now. I ain't gonna lie. I don't get this piece.
uh, my stance has not changed. I think what I initially said is this is like a stain on his name, and a lot of it's going to have to do with his freedom. Like you said, he's in contract negotiations. I don't know that Drake is going to get what he wants from the labels. And that's putting him in this weird place where he's filing these defamation lawsuits because throughout his whole career, he's gotten what he's wanted from the labels. I think that he thinks that music is going to take him somewhere that it's never taken anyone else. And what I mean when I say that, Jay-Z made the majority of his money after music.
For sure.
Kanye West made the majority of his money from sneakers.
Yeah.
Diddy, like all the big dogs that we think about, those people don't like music is just the catalyst to get you to that next thing. And Drake has tried different things and they just haven't caught on like a Rockaware, like a Ciroc, like Yeezys. So he's trying to leverage music to get him to a place where he's looking at these people who he's always, whether he admitted or not, was wanting to be like probably in getting in hip hop. You want to be like a Jay-Z. You want to be like a Puff. Well, not now, but you used to. You want to be like Kanye. You want to be like whoever else it is. that made it, but none of these people made it from strictly doing music. And I think that Drake is struggling to find that different thing that's going to catapult him to the businessman that he wants to be portrayed as or looked at as. And he's trying to use music to do it. And it's never going to happen. Like you're fighting a losing battle. You're not going to beat UMG. Like that's not going to happen. Even though you probably can speak to these tactics that they're using because they did them for you, and that's what got you in the number one position. But now they're showing you when we don't want you to be number one no more, you're not going to be number one no more. Regardless of how good you are, regardless of the talent that you have, like we still are the industry.
Yeah.
And I think that he's struggling with that. And that's where you get this lawsuit where all of us are looking at it like, why would you do that? And I think just the simplest answer to that explanation, the simplest answer to that is, oh, I'm trying to get music to get me to a billionaire like Puff or Jay, and it's never happened. Like we were just talking about Snoop. Yeah, Snoop made music, but now he's the most popular rapper ever. It's not because of music. That's probably the last thing that you think of is a Snoop Dogg album. And I think Drake still has it in his head because he's really, really good at music. That I'm going to be the first one that does it strictly for music, and I don't think that that's going to happen. I don't even think that's possible.
Well, this is how you gotta look at it. Look at it from the NBA standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Because the last deal was 400.
Okay.
So he's trying to get 6 on the next
Right.
one. Allegedly. I wasn't at the table, but I'm just saying that's the word on the street. Look at it like the NBA. The money back in the day when Jordan came up, that was one thing. So he made all his off shoes. The contracts don't look like how they look now.
Right.
The contracts, the numbers are different now. It'd be role players, nigga, getting
You're right.
tickets.
And here's my counter to that. Here's my counter to that.
Yeah.
Drake is right now, but wants to be even more so a boss. Even though I can make more from music, like you said, because you're absolutely right. And that was a great point. No one is still, you're still not going to look at me like a Jay-Z or a Puff because you know that resume. So I feel like in addition to them 600, the reason that you got the beef here is because, oh, I want some equity too. I'm LeBron James of this shit. I'm playing for the Lakers and I want to own some of the Lakers too. And now
That's
they look at him like, oh, hell no, nigga, you got us fucked up. And that's when you hit the button on the Kendrick Lamar because like, we finna show you who you playing with. And I think that's the problem that we have. You great point in saying that the money does change and Drake is going to make a lot of money from music, possibly more than anyone ever in the hip hop game. However, that status that Jay got, that Puff had, Russell Simmons, things of that nature, like you won't reach that status even with a $600 million contract because you still work for UMG. I associate you with still just being a rapper. I associate Conway with being a fashionista or whatever the fuck it is that he do with Yeezy. I associate Jay with being a businessman overall. You used to associate Puff with, other than freak offs, with Ciroc or whatever
Jesus.
it may be, big dog shit.
But let's be clear, he doesn't own Ciroc though, bro. He's just a spokesman, fam. Respectfully.
We know that. The perception is what we're talking about though.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Where Drake Ciroc at? Where Drake Yeezy's at? Where Drake
but
like anything?
Drake has, you gotta remember too, what's the show y'all be watching with Zendaya? That's his production company, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like he got shit. He not all in the videos.
That shit ain't came on in 3 years, nigga.
But y'all waiting on it.
But nah, you're right though.
And he got Top Boy. That's his company
I
too.
was just gonna say, yeah, he got Top Boy too.
Yeah.
But I mean,
you hating, bro. Stop.
Take
the Kendrick cape off, bro.
Stop
Take it off.
This ain't even hating. This is just the observation of like he think he gonna get to those levels doing the music shit. And I don't think that's gonna happen.
Don't believe him. Just watch. That OVO. I got my OVO shirt hanging up in the closet.
Even his OVO collection is being stepped on by Kendrick performing at the Super Bowl.
How?
Because Kendrick's performing at the Super Bowl. You think he gonna have an OVO jacket on?
Nigga, what Kendrick merch are you wearing, dude? I'm like, I don't know, fucking PG Lang. What? Have you ever seen a PG Lang hat? We ain't seen a 3 hat or a PG Lang hat ever, other than on Chance the Rapper and Kendrick Lamar, dude. That's it.
Until that lawsuit came out, I didn't even know that PG Lang had merch. Did you see the lawsuit?
No, where he was saying people can't wear it at the. I don't know. That hasn't been confirmed. It's not a lawsuit though. That's just like rules to his show in Australia.
You can't wear PG Lang
or Dreamville merch.
Or Dreamville.
Yeah, I was like, huh? And that doesn't make sense, bro. Why wouldn't you wear Dreamville merch?
That might have been some AI shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? You can't. It's hard to trust shit nowadays. Nigga take a segment of a contract. Bro, I don't know. Next up, man. TikTok ban came and went. It was that was the quickest ban of all time. Eagle-eyed people. If you logged on to TikTok right when it went dark, it had one message. If you logged on a couple of
Yeah.
minutes later, it had another message about being off, but said that President Trump was working to get it back on. They thought they were slick. Then, if you check back the following day when it was back on, they thanked President Trump for his efforts in getting TikTok back on. Bro, you can see the plays a mile away. But anyway, this shit crazy. We living in a simulation, bro.
You
Uh,
gotta be.
my question is simple. What impact do you see if, because the ban just got extended a couple of days or whatever the case, do you see any type of impact on the music industry, knowing how big of a part TikTok plays in music, specifically hip hop? If it does go away, would there be any impact?
To address something you said before that, seeing the play from a mile away, it's fascinating to me
Bro, that shit
that
crazy.
people fall for it though. It's
Bro.
fascinating. The niggas is like, thank Trump, nigga. Like, nigga, it's like it is insane to me. And I cannot wrap my head around that part of it. But two, as far as its effects on the music industries, yeah, that would have been a big deal, man. No TikTok. That's how people are breaking songs. That's how shits get trendy now. That shit more popular than the radio. Like you
Facts.
you more likely to get something popping with TikTok than you are if you get your song played on the radio.
Yeah.
So yes, that was going to be a big deal, which was part of the surprise in it getting banned. And it, as an old head, a get off my lawn type of dude, it's really interesting from the sense of I know how much the music business could lobby to make TikTok stay around. So I know some of the bags that some of these politicians could have gotten to vote with staying it. And even though they could have got those bags, because I know they were there from the lobbyists trying to keep TikTok around, they still voted against it and wanted to ban it. It makes me wonder what they know and how dangerous that it is.
Yeah.
That's a
It
really
nice money. It ain't bro. They just won't brag. There's several apps that aren't from here.
yeah, but they ain't from China either, right?
I mean, that's fair. They
You
just
know what I'm
want they
saying?
just want
Like
money, bro.
China is the biggest competitor to the US. And even beyond the money part, I think the fear of it is to step away from music for just a second.
Yeah.
The real fear that you have from lawmakers, from the people that voted against this, the real fear that they have is that China will have a lot more influence in America than they do. And that's the problem. And that's what they're voting against. And that's what people who are looking at it, not from just a micro vision, but a macro vision, are fearing. People that really give a fuck about this country and its elections. We seen what Russia did with Facebook. Me and you not even, I ain't logged onto Facebook and God knows when.
Yeah.
However, you still seen the way that they were able to manipulate that election that when Donald Trump was around. Now, if you take that and you fast forward that with TikTok, who has a much better algorithm than Facebook, probably the best algorithm on any social media, if you start scrolling it, you'd be shocked at how much shit you just stay there for.
Yeah.
So
Facts.
if you have that type of power and then you have a national power that's not the US controlling that type of power, and you have a company in which the government can go in there at any point in time and be like, hey, give us all that. We need all that. Because that's what a communist country is. Like the government owns it all. Like, yeah, you can say
Mhm.
ByteDance owns it, but initially the Chinese government owns it because they can go in at any point in time and say, give me ByteDance and all the data. And then they can try to manipulate elections and manipulate their power in the US. I get the danger of that. So with that being said, yes, it's a money play, but there's an even bigger play when you're talking about influence in America, and America really wants to avoid that. And I think that the politicians seen that and voted sensibly this time to get rid of it. But then money is going to overpower it. Like you got niggas like Trump, you got the music industry, you got people who aren't worried about any of those things that I just mentioned with Congress, and they like, man, just give me my little app back where I can scroll, bro. That's all I
Yeah.
want. So
Nah, I think it's interesting as it relates to music because TikTok has become so popular for music that we have labeled certain types of songs TikTok songs.
TikToks.
And so that has been a complaint to people that people are purposefully trying to make songs with TikTok in mind. So if TikTok goes away, does that mean that thought process of trying to make songs that'll go on TikTok, does that go away too? Does that
Mhm.
improve the quality of music? I don't know. That's something to think about. Well, but I will say this though, and real short tangent, non-music related. There are a lot of entrepreneurs that made money on TikTok, that have made
Mhm.
careers off TikTok. And I'm hoping and I'm assuming that if you are one of them, that you had a plan B on deck, because we knew this day was coming and we know it's probably going to come back around. And Keith Lee had the coldest rollout. Like I
I,
get
I
to
I almost sent that to you. I
that was
almost sent
cold.
that to you. That shit was fire.
I get to him.
God, that
That
was
was
good,
cold.
man.
He switched up that fast, nigga, and put niggas on
Bruh,
notice that quick.
to
This is where we
have the
finna
different
go. This is
to
what we finna
have the
do.
different influences on there,
Yeah.
to like lead, like to build the tenseness with having the phone conversations. You couldn't really hear him doing the Charlie Brown teacher voice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then at the end, just break down the whole play.
Yeah, it was cold.
That was
That was,
Chef's fucking
yeah, I
kiss,
get to
nigga.
him. And so
God, that was good, bro.
hey, if you, yeah, just go follow what he got going on, man. That announcement was fire. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if people stop making quote unquote TikTok music, if that's even a thing. If you don't, maybe you don't believe that's a thing, but it felt like it was for a minute.
It definitely, I think it's definitely a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost sent you that Keith Lee shit. Well, I was my jaw was on the floor. Like that was
Nah, he
cold.
killed that.
God, that was
Salute to
good.
him.
Oh man, you see, he turned down $1 million to do
McDonald's or was
yeah,
it
it was
McDonald's?
McDonald's. He didn't say it, but Shannon Sharp said it.
Oh yeah,
He
you're
said
right.
because he
Yeah,
ain't
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. They
said because he
implied
ain't
that it
never
was
ate
McDonald's.
McDonald's. Yeah, he said
Nigga,
he
I
ain't
would
never
have.
ate it.
Hey,
So
listen, I would have had that number two, nigga.
better than me. You
Fuck
better
are
than
you fucking
me,
talking
nigga.
about?
What that mean?
Nigga, run that two cheeseburger meal,
Oh,
nigga.
facts,
Now.
nigga. No onions, no pickles. Let's go.
Give me that motherfucker with cheese plain, nigga. Make it
Facts.
quick. The
Oh
fuck?
man, crazy,
Tripping.
crazy. Shout out to Keith Lee though, man. That's my guy.
What's next, man?
All right, next we have Lil Baby. He admitted, AB,
Mm-mm.
that he hates
Mm-mm.
his 22 album, It's Only Me. He says the label forced him to drop.
Mm-mm.
What are some of the worst albums? One, what do you think about that? And two, what are some of the worst albums by dope artists?
Well, he's not the only one that hates that album. A lot of people did. It did numbers. It was successful, but that's the one where he was like, "Hey," no, 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 and he had
Mhm.
that bullshit song. That album
What's
was
that?
some slaw. And now that he says the label forced him to do it, we can tell the
Mhm.
quality was poor. He's not the first artist to be like, man, let me put this shit out to get out of this deal, or to for them to shut the fuck up. We'll throw these 13 throwaways that I got, just put them on here. There's other artists that we know we can listen and be like, yeah, this shit sounds like a throwaway. But I did think it was interesting. I respect them for admitting it. Usually artists be real prideful when they talk about their own shit. And they
Mhm.
real sensitive about their own shit. He kept it a buck and was like, yeah, I mean, it did numbers. It was successful, but man, bro, I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't really fuck with that shit. Like the label was on me for
Thanks.
that. I respect that. But again, he's been more open lately. The interview, like I said before, the interview with Charlamagne, I thought was very eye-opening. The one with DJ Academics was really good. He was very candid and clear in what he was saying and kind of how he felt about things going on. So I respect that. Um, but again, he's not the only artist that we've heard with bad albums. I feel like you could say who's a dope ass artist that's had a terrible album. Like the worst album from Lil Wayne is probably like I Am Not a Human Being or some shit. Like one of them bullshit ass albums right after he got locked up. They
You don't
probably
give him, he was changing styles right there. You don't give him any like slack for that.
he wouldn't.
No.
You think
He
about the rock and
wasn't he in
roll
his
shit?
rock. Yeah, I thought that was the rock and roll
No,
shit.
that's the
It
rebirth.
wasn't new.
Yeah, I Am Not a
Well,
Human Being was some
just
bullshit.
some slaw.
Yeah, it was just that was Wayne doing Wayne. It was just bad. Um, so yeah, that's probably the first one that comes to mind. But and that sounded like a four. Oh, Ti has a bad one too. I that
Relax, relax, relax,
what?
relax.
Nigga,
Yeah,
that
just
bullshit
relax.
ass. The one when he
You talking about that
it
Ti
came out when he
verse?
was
You
locked
talking
up.
about the Ti verse TIP?
Is it that one or the one right after that? One of them came out when he after he got
Oh,
locked up, and I
you
was
talking
like,
about
oh, this was a
after
throwaway.
he got that was Paper Trail, and you can't
That's
be
when he
talking about
came
Paper
out.
Trail. The one for that was Ti versus TIP.
Man, it was no, hold on. It was one more, and that's why you're forgetting it
Nah,
because that's how bad.
nah,
No
you got
Mercy, Slaw had the one with
mm,
Kanye, had the one with
they had that
Scarface.
Ye song on there and the Scarface song on there.
Kanye ripped him.
Those were throwaways. Those were throwaways, but
That's what
it's
I'm
still
saying.
tip. It was still tip though, and
Yeah,
it had that dope man on there too. I think.
that
Well,
shit was a
that's on the Ti
slaw.
versus TIP. For me,
Dope Man was on
one
something else. They wasn't on that
that
no
was on
more.
Ti versus TIP.
Yeah.
Um, Lil Baby admits that he hates his 2020. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like they've been forcing Lil Baby to rap since the beginning, so I don't see how 2022 was any different. He's never shown me that he actually like loves doing this. I think he loves the benefits of being a rapper, and I'm not knocking the hustle. I get it, hustle, young man, hustle. But I don't know that I would let him blame the label forcing him on that album being bad. I think it got more to do with you caring, bro. And that's what I always say, like when we talking about this versus the newer generation, it ain't a lot of them that actually give a fuck. And it sounded like heavily on that album that he didn't give a fuck. And I think he's been criticized for that. And now he's found a way to put it on a label versus him. But it's still your art. It's still your art, bro. So I'm gonna hold you to that being a little baby fan. I ain't gonna
Mm.
let you get off that easy with that. Some of the worst albums by dope artists for me, these were more letdowns. These was more I
Okay.
had the albums. My first one to come to mind is that Mace Double Up.
Oh my
Like if you
God.
I loved Harlem World, nigga.
Woo.
I wasn't even no East Coast rap nigga. And Mace was in his bag on that Harlem World. That
Yeah,
double
Harlem
cut.
World Tour.
I remember how hurt I was when that double up came out.
This was
That shit
flawed.
was slow,
Yeah, it was
nigga.
bad.
Oh, I couldn't believe how bad that double up was. And the other one for me would be that you might disagree with this because you try to cape for this album. That ghetto postage. That ghetto postage, boy, I was so hurt when that came out, man.
It's
I
he's
knew
got a
my
worse one though.
I knew my boy was gone then. That was the first worst one though.
That was the first. Now that was the
That
first
was the
worst one.
first
That's a
worst
fact.
one. Like that was the like nigga, this Master P? Like, nah, bro. It can't be. It can't be, bro.
That
So
was the
that one
first
hurt
worst one
too.
for sure.
God, that one hurt, man. So those are two biggest ones for me, man. Pause.
Yeah, let us know what is the worst album by your favorite artist. Let us know. Everybody done slipped. It's okay.
Mhm.
Ain't nobody undefeated except Drake. It's okay. Let us know in
That nigga had a good album in 10 years. Somebody he undefeated.
lies, nigga.
He had a good
Next
album
up,
since
man,
Scorpion.
your man Beanie Siegel was on Art of the Dialogue podcast, interview show, whatever you want to call it. And he backed up Dame Dash's claim that Jay-Z wrote some lines or wrote some verses for Memphis Bleak. He said, man, Bleak cheated having Hove writing shit for him. Are you surprised at this 20-year-old news that Jay-Z wrote for Memphis Bleak early on?
My nigga,
30-year-old news.
my nigga Bean said they was making Dynasty, and it was like 5 songs that him, Bleak, and Hove was supposed to be on. And he said, when I left the studio, my verse was there, and Hove verse was there, but it was days and days and days to go by, and there was no Bleak verse. And then he said, I came in one night, and it was 4 Bleak verses on 4 different songs. Like, and I ain't been here, and I didn't even know that this nigga was here. So I think it's funny. This is not a surprise to answer the question, AB. Like anybody that knows. Like shout out to you Memphis Bleak fans out there, all 2 of you. But I mean, yes, bro, we expected this. Anytime you heard Memphis Bleak rip it, I was like, yes, Jay wrote that.
He
What I
ripped that
did find
Dynasty,
more,
though.
yes, he did.
He ripped that,
Was
though. The little
he
smoking
had 2 good,
song,
yeah, yeah. Please don't reach like you put up in the cheese on Bleak. That one right
ripped
there
that.
with Snoop. You're
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to
he ripped
play
that.
your part when you're rolling with the R or
Yeah,
C.
he
Yeah,
snapped
he
on
did
that.
rip. That's the best. That's the best Bleak verse ever in life. That being said, this weird energy from those Rockefeller days says a lot to what it was like being around, I think. Like
Mm,
the energy that you got from Dame and Jay, from Cam, even though they came later, and Jim, from even Beans to Jay, like it just I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall.
yeah,
Just to see, because 20 years later, y'all niggas still holding this animosity. And Beans wasn't saying this in no like, he wasn't trying to be messy, but it's
yeah,
messy because of the
right.
times that we live in today. Beans was just being a real nigga like he is, and he's a competitor.
Yeah, he was
He's like,
answering
man,
it honestly.
I'm not, yeah, he's like, I'm the only nigga that ever in life kept up with Jay. And now this nigga coming with verses that's damn near up here with ours. And I'm wondering how the fuck he did that when I be right here when this nigga doing his thing and it don't sound like that. But when I'm away for a long time and y'all niggas in here together, all of a sudden his shit sounds fucking immaculate. No,
Yeah.
you cheated. And that's what being said. I believe him. I have a question for you after you answer.
Yeah, I mean, I thought this was common knowledge that Jay wrote for Bleak early on. I was gonna go back even earlier to like, was that volume one
Volume
that Bleak
two?
is on?
Volume,
Volume
yeah.
two? Yeah, I
That,
thought we
that,
do this. So maybe Art of Dialogue listeners or somebody didn't fucking know this. This was not breaking news. So yeah, I don't understand why this is a big deal. And it's Memphis Bleak, bro. Like, what are we talking about? Respectfully, I like Memphis Bleak first album. I think his first album is criminally slept on.
that.
But
Yeah,
outside of
first
that,
album good.
They're coming of age banging.
Bleak, one of the most overrated rappers ever, if we
No, he's
being
nobody
100.
rates Bleak, bro. Nobody rates Bleak. You don't know two Memphis Bleak fans, bro. Like, come on,
I
man.
do. Then that's crazy.
No, you
That's
don't. There's
really
no
insane. I
way.
do. J Hove and my guy Rich. I got Rich. They come on the show.
Rich like Bleak?
Rich is a Bleak fan, which he gonna listen to this and text me after he hear this. But yeah,
That's
which is
nuts.
same reaction you had. I could not believe it.
Woo.
And still do not. Like that's insane.
They the
So
last of the Mohegans, nigga.
facts. Like being a Bleak fan took some dedication, boy. Like that took
Facts.
some. That's like in the fucking
I don't know
what
what that's
NFL
like.
team. I don't even know what NFL NBA
That's
team
like
that would
liking the
be.
Clippers, bro.
Yeah, that's like being a Clippers fan or some shit like that. Like what are you doing, bro? Like, you a Kings fan, my nigga? Like what? You a Vikings fan, my nigga? How did that happen? When when did you choose
Oh,
that?
what was the question though? You don't
Question for
forgot
you.
it. No, okay,
Now
go
I ain't
ahead.
even forget. Is Beans like when we talking about niggas that have multiple songs with Hove?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is he the one that's closest to him as far as I always am as good as Hove, or maybe even had a better verse than Hove? Like he's probably the only person that you can think of that's in that category. Like keeping up
Kanye.
with Jay-Z.
Kanye. Because they got a whole album together. He was
He was
we're not gonna
watching him
say
on some of
Jay
them songs.
washed him 100% to watch the throne, bro. I'm not gonna do that. I can't
I
give
don't
that.
all about one song.
Run this
Hove
town,
watched
he
him.
run this town, he got him too.
Is that the Rav 4 line?
Yes.
What I, oh shit.
Kanye ripped that motherfucker.
He did. He did. He did. Damn, that's a good one.
And you count, I'll
Cos-
give him two, maybe three off Watch the Throne. And that's it, bro. I
Mm.
gotta give it to him.
So you would go Kanye then Beans?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Oh,
Drake.
no, stop. I would go Jeezy over Drake.
There ain't no fucking way.
Maybe, yeah, Jeezy third, easy, easy on
But
rapping with
Beans up there
Hove.
though.
Yeah,
Or
Beans,
maybe
he
Scarface.
ain't. Oof.
It's only two songs though, or three
Face,
maybe.
they got the one on his album, the on the Face album. Then they got
Yeah.
the two, one on Blueprint two, and there's one more. Yeah, I don't think I think Face watched him on every song. He just ain't got enough work with him.
Jesus.
Yeah, Face watched him on both. Any song that he
Jesus.
was on with Scarface, Scarface got him.
I don't believe that.
Like, name which one he didn't? This can't be life. No.
Oh no, that can't be life verse is crazy.
Especially when you know the background
Yeah,
behind it, knowing
that
that the nigga had his verse,
that's
got a
crazy.
phone call, came back and rapped that based off the phone call,
Yeah, that is stupid. Then he
and
did
we don't
Guess
even
Who's
want to
Back
guess who's
off of
Bazak,
The Fix.
and then we don't even want to talk about somehow, some way. Even though Hove ripped that, like
Yeah.
Hove ripped that, but then Beans, oh, God,
Yeah, nice.
bro,
It
listen,
get it
that
get
we get
tricky,
through.
boy, with them three.
It does. It really does, man. All right, before we get to these wins and these losses, AB, there's a rap beef brewing that no one is talking about. Joey Badass.
Yeah.
Remember him?
Yeah.
AKA Unique. Joey Badass, he's going to war at the West Coast. He drops his second song with subs.
Mhm.
Should people be making more noise about this?
He claims he wants all the smoke. He even referenced J. Cole in this new one. I like that he said it's been. You know what? I respect the pride that people from New York have about their city and they coast. I respect it. It's cool. I get it. That's a cool
But
story. But we kicked off last year with the beef with Cat Williams. We're not finna. We not. I think people are tired. To be honest with you, the songs are
mm,
fine. Joey Badass can rap. I actually like Joey Badass. There's a project or two that I really fuck with of his. Actually, I
facts.
think he's pretty nice. But you're not finna try to recreate that energy that we got last year, bro. Like, stop trying to do that. I think my man from TDE, Ray Vaughn, he like an up and comer on TDE. He
Yeah, they was
responded to
going back
one
and
of them.
forth.
Nobody cared. Even though it sounded fine, he can rap. But if TDE would have stuck to the plan and dropped your album last year, maybe we care more because you'd have like
Mm.
something to stand on. But man, let me hurry up and diss this nigga real quick to try to get some looks. Simba and dude from Dreamville tried that last year. Nobody cared. Like, bro, like the side quest battles, we don't care about. We're here for the main event. The main event is over. Let's start something new. Let's start a new main event. Like, not beef. I'm just saying some type of new something to give the game life and not try to reheat what we did last year. bro, the portal is closed. Cat Williams not doing no interviews this year to open it back up. Let's try something new. Give me a fire single. Give me a New York anthem. Give me a real nigga anthem. Give me something that motherfuckers can bob their head to and be like, damn, that new Joy Badass tough. Like, give me that. Other than that, bro, you can keep the beef, and I'm trying to reignite this, that, and the third. Bro, stop, bro. Even though he said it was too much West Coast dick licking, I thought that was funny as fuck, though.
That was hilarious.
That was
That was hilarious. And to your point, like, yeah, the beef stuff is, especially when it's people like no disrespect to Joey Badass or Ray Vaughn or whoever else is going to participate in this beef, but we don't care, bro.
we don't care. And
Like
Simba,
once you've
my boy,
had
and I don't care, bro.
Simba's in this too.
He did that last year. Him and Kaz, so whoever that is from Dreamville.
Yeah, like yeah, so yeah, like you have to be, we have to care about you in order for this to stick, and we don't. We like Joey Badass. He makes good music. I like him on Power. Like he's a good actor.
The Wu Tang
It's
show.
and the Wu Tang show. Like it's fine, homie.
Yeah.
But and I get you standing up for your coach, like you said. But this just it's not gonna do it. It's not gonna be the thing that you want it to be as far as, oh, this is gonna be the look that I need. Same with Ray Vaughn. Like, yeah, you felt like you had to respond. Like, yeah, no one is gonna respond to that, bro. Like it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So what I would say is this just it's pointless. Like no people should be paying attention. It shouldn't be happening that way. As far as this is like, this is going to be like a fart in the wind, and like
Yeah,
this
basically.
is one thing that we'll never think about again. But I do have a question since you mentioned his name, and I thought this was interesting. You know, Uncle Murder said this is his last year doing the wrap up. Did you
I
see
feel
that?
like they pull that every year, bro. Like
The
niggas
other nigga
always say that.
said that. The other nigga said that and did it though, right? What's his name?
Yeah, he did. He sat it out a year or two, and now he back
And he came
skills.
back.
He
Uh,
came back this year.
what I was gonna say is the perfect person to do that, to pick that up if they stop. Simba.
Oh
He'll
yeah, for
body that. He will
sure.
body that
For
every year.
But the
He
only
needs to
thing
do that.
is, I don't think he would go the controversial route
Ah, yeah,
like
he
how
ain't gonna
Uncle
be
Murder
as
do.
yeah, he ain't gonna be as what's called Uncle Murder. That's true.
But skills, but that's which is what made Uncle Murder different
Facts.
from dude that from skills that already be doing it. So if he just comes in and does it, nothing will make him stand out from skills. That's the only issue. Uncle Murder made it
Facts.
unique because it was on
Facts.
some New York 50 Cent.
Yeah, like
Fuck what
some.
everybody thinks shit.
I don't care what you got to say about me or no relationships. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh shit. But Joey Badass album called 2000 came out in 2022. I had that in my top
Banger.
five. That
That
motherfucker
was
was
banger.
straight through. Well, I mean,
Yeah, that was
let me
banger.
chill out, but it was fire though.
Hmm.
All right, man. Before we get these wins and losses, we got OG rappers, man, out here throwing hands. Guys, Method Man was detained. He actually wasn't arrested. He was detained for punching his daughter's ex at a gym. That's for allegedly the daughter's ex. I've heard family friend, air quote. I've heard daughter's ex. We
Yeah, I
whatever.
heard Daughter X. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. They all over the place. And then Busta Rhymes was arrested for assaulting his assistant. Uh, which one of these is more surprising to you?
Bring back the feeling, old heads. I love it. Like they
Yeah,
out here doing what old rappers used to do, nigga. Um,
niggas think they're
I
young
was
still.
Facts. I was surprised more about Method Man. He usually stays out of trouble. Like we usually don't hear about him being in trouble. You and I had the we got to see Busta Rhymes in action one time in Revolt one year. So this day surprising with him at all. They said he was beating his assistant up the street. Like the nigga was running from him and Busta Rhymes was chasing behind him. There was a similar situation in Miami one year for Revolt that allegedly that Busta Rhymes was a part of. So I'm definitely not surprised by Busta Rhymes. And I respect Method Man. Like if I don't respect putting your hands on the assistant, but I did expect that from Busta Rhymes. But if I had a daughter and the nigga did some slimy shit to her, and you just like in Crunch Gym thinking you're sweet, nigga, yeah, nigga, take these face shots, nigga. Take these punches, bro.
Yeah, allegedly. So an investigation revealed that that Method Man was actually hit first, which is why he's not getting pressed.
Oh shit, and you
Yeah,
swung on me.
yeah, no, that's come on now. And so, and the dude is 28, and Method Man is obviously not 28. Method Man is 53,
Man,
and so dude clearly doesn't respect his elders. That's
yeah, it's
fucked
the
up.
old the
Busta
old head
Rhymes is
stuff.
52, and his assistant is 50. Having a 50-year-old male assistant is crazy. You know, I ain't gonna lie.
That's insane.
This nigga's ill, nigga. My assistant be
My
25, be bad
assistant?
as fuck.
This nigga my assistant?
This
I
nigga
can't
got
do that.
his younger brother as his assistant. Nigga,
I can't
no.
do that. You got to be like a manager, or you got to be like a road
You gotta
manager.
be the
You
driver,
ain't
nigga.
you ain't 50 years old and you my assistant. Like that ain't what's gonna happen at all. Like, nigga, we need some more eye candy around here. You can go high. You can be the assistant's manager. Like you can hire me an assistant, and then she can answer to you. But like you're not going to be the assistant at all, my nigga. That's not going to happen.
Nigga, I'm not riding with you every day,
Like,
everywhere.
grumpy old man ass nigga. Like what the fuck?
That's why them niggas got the fight, nigga. They just
Niggas was tired of each other. Oh shit, man. Get your old
niggas
ass
fighting
out
like
of here, nigga.
life, nigga, at the end of life. Nigga, I ain't got time for that shit, dude. Y'all 60, bro.
Oh my God, that's crazy. I ain't know the nigga was 50. That's sick.
Oh, 50-year-old
Yeah.
assistant is bananas.
That's
Woo.
wild.
Oh man.
Uh,
All right. But yeah, Busta Rhymes is the least surprising out of all this. He stayed. He get into something once every about 18 months. It's
facts.
not surprising.
That's facts.
That roid rage is crazy. Wins or losses before we get out of here. W or L. Rocco seen in the news for a mugshot. His hairline goes viral as apparently he got a hairpiece because I don't know where his hairline went. I don't know if it was the angle or what, but the
That
hairline was missing in
that
action,
was not that it wasn't an angle, bro. Angles
brother.
don't do that.
Because you, if you see
That shit
Rocco's
was crazy.
Instagram, he has a hairline, so I don't know what the fuck. And that hairline
Oh,
crispy as fuck on Instagram.
that's funny.
W or L, man. Rocco going viral for the mug shot.
This is a W because he took it well, man. He was like, fuck y'all. And like I like how Rocco handles himself gracefully. But to your point, man, you don't go from a headline to the George Jefferson joint. Like that's
Bruh.
crazy right there. Like
Woo.
you gotta pay the all. I gotta pay y'all to let me get right on the mugshot, man. You
Come
ain't
on.
catching me with. If I got a hairpiece, if I'm a nigga that wears a hairpiece, you're
They
not
made a
catching
nigga
me
take
with
the
the George
hairpiece
Jeff.
off, bro. Hey, I ain't
Hey,
taking the
catch.
hairpiece off. Add extra time on my shit, bro. I ain't taking the hairpiece
Let me
off for
put a hat on. Let me put a hat on or something, man. You niggas caught me out here with the George Jefferson. Oh no.
they put a do-rag on for
Oh
the shit, bro.
no.
Something, bro.
Hey, we ain't doing that, boy. That's funny than a motherfucker, nigga.
This a W because he parlayed this into an interview. Did you see what platform he was gonna be on?
Where you gonna be at?
The worst one.
The word, drink champs.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can see
I,
that.
this is the second time in about 6 months where they've gotten a guest I really want to hear from, dude.
I'm
Because
gonna say if you go into that looking for any pertinent information, you're gonna be sadly mistaken. Like I'm of the I fuck with Nori and Drink Champs more than you do, but he don't know the history. Like
that's what I'm,
he ain't gonna be able to ask the right questions to a nigga like Rocco. Like
bro.
you need somebody that know Rocco like for real.
They got to go to like
Like
Big Bank and them or something, bro. Like I
yeah,
got,
that's where I want to see
come
Rocco.
on,
I
bro.
want to see him there. I don't want to see him on Nori. So yeah, that ain't gonna do him no justice at all.
Nigga, they had 8 Ball MJG on there. They never do interviews, man. Like, why did they get it? I'd rather them be on anything else, dog. Like, literally anything
Facts.
else. I'd rather them be on Adam 22, bro. Then I can't do
And
Nori, bro.
at least some people that care. Like and I ain't saying Nori don't care. He just not.
You just don't
And
know.
I sound like Elliot right here. He not a
Journalist.
journalist.
He
Yeah, like
not.
sometimes it's better that the journalists get the interview.
What?
Personalities is cool and everything, but for sometimes for fans, like
Thank you.
fans of the artist,
Thank
it's
you.
better that the journalist gets the interview.
Please, dog.
Sometimes it's just better.
They're gonna laugh at they're gonna talk about the mugshot for 30 minutes on Drink Champ. I don't want to I don't care, dude. Get to the fucking man, bro. He gonna
He
air
probably won't even.
the shit,
Yeah,
like, bro.
he ain't
Uh,
gonna get deep into the future situation at all.
that's what
Like not like he need to. Or the solo career, why he just had the one album
I'm
officially. Like
saying.
there's a lot of shit that I want to know from Rocco. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Man,
He
that
gonna be
nigga,
asking him about Monica and shit.
all of that. I mean, no, you can do that if you nail the other shit though. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true.
next WRL, man. Lil Baby claims in 15 days, 2 weeks, he sold 30 million worth of his Wham weed strain. The internet called complete bullshit. That there's no fucking way you sold that much of your weed in 2 weeks. WRL.
So how that breaks down based off the pricing that he had, that's 15,000 pounds of weed.
in 2 weeks. So
15,000 pounds. That's 1,000 pounds of weed a day that you're selling. Like, like, come on, bro. What we talking about, bro? Like, that's like, come on, bro. Like, unless he bought some of it and just was like, I don't even know what he gonna do with it. Just like, just I got pounds for free. But yeah,
bruh,
like he didn't sell 15,000 pounds. He didn't sell 15,000 pounds of weed in 2 weeks. That didn't happen. He's
bruh.
not fucking George Young. He raps. He rap. And I ain't taking nothing away from the hustle or anything, but that's like Hove just came out and was talking about how his weed business was struggling. You telling me little
Yeah,
baby sold 15,000 pounds of weed? That's
come on.
crazy. 15,000 pounds, 1,000 pounds a day for a week, 2 weeks. Like, come on, bro. That's
Listen,
insane.
this nigga act like them was the goddamn Patty LaBelle pies, nigga. Like, get the, come
What that
on, bro.
nigga ass.
Niggas,
That's some new.
Popeyes chicken sandwiches, nigga. They
That
didn't
was
do
some
them
new.
numbers, nigga.
Yeah, that was some new weed right there, nigga. Like, I don't know what
Um,
that was.
it's a big L, man. Cause he lied just recently on Lil Yachty shit, talking about he lost $8 million
8 million.
gambling in one day.
Okay.
Like, come on, bro.
I believe that. Look, this is so outrageous. I believe that before I believe this.
But that nigga
Because you
said
could
in
have been,
he said
yeah,
in
you could
one
have been
day and
playing
then went on to say it was a 40-hour binge. Nigga, how many hours are in a
facts.
day, fam? That's
He might have
first
been
off.
sitting there. He might have been sitting there all night. And I ain't defending this at all because I don't believe that either. But I could see where that that would more likely happen than this. Like you selling 15,000 pounds of weed is crazy. And you saying that you lost 8 million in the night or 40 hours is crazy. However, you could have been playing some real like it could have been going a million a hand or some shit like that. Like he could have been like it could have been
He
some real serious
he crashing out then. But if you
facts.
gambling for 40 hours straight,
That's
like,
how niggas get down though. I've seen niggas do that. I've seen like coming up there used to be like a gambling house. I seen niggas sit in there for 2 days.
well,
Like
yeah, that's
ain't
fair.
ain't eight ain't eight nigga that like y'all still in here. Yeah, like I seen niggas shoot dice for 12 hours.
Niggas got bags
Like
under their eyes and
left
shit.
like I didn't left places and came back and niggas was still shooting dice. It's like a day and a half. Nigga, like
That's
what the fuck y'all
nuts.
niggas doing? Crashing out, like you said, crashing out 100%.
Last one, man. WRL. Takashi 69 sues LA Fitness, the one in Florida where he got beat up in 2023. He sued him for $1 million for not protecting him, win or loss.
This is a W if he takes this money and gets lost and we never have to hear from him again because he
That's a
got a
good
million
point.
dollars.
That's a good
This
point.
is an L if he uses this to make more music. So like if he invests any of this towards making music and getting on our nerves again and going viral and shit, this is a L. And I hope LA Fitness wins.
Man, we
But if
went
it's
all I think we went all of 2024 without mentioning his name. And it's
nice,
unfortunate that we got to kick off
that's true.
2025.
That is true.
I agree. This is a W. He was getting worked in that LA Fitness
Yeah,
bathroom,
you
dude.
gotta sue a nigga behind that. Like you gotta sue it. Like the way they worked him, you better sue them, nigga.
You got to
Somebody
get
got to
something out of
some guy
that,
out
too.
there leaving here with something, nigga.
And he need that
Shit.
right now too.
Facts. That cool a million untaxed money. Come on with that. Come
Oh
on with it.
shit. We going to on decker of the week. Shout out to Kilo Beats OG. He said completely unrelated, but AB was right about that disco Japanese project Tokyo Special by Kamiko Kasi.
Mm,
He recommended
I
a
remember you
while back
said
because it low key slaps. I'm gonna for sure sample some shit off of it. Shout out to Kilo Beats. I thought about that when I heard it. Like, I'm surprised niggas ain't sampling nothing off of here because that shit is dope.
it. Shout out to Kilo Beats, man. Long time listener. We fuck with him.
Absolutely. And ironically, my homeboy hit me up about that. It's ironic as fuck. I didn't look at this until right now. My
Hmm.
homeboy hit me up and said, "Hey, what was that Japanese disco thing you said on the show?" And I was like, "That's random." And so it's funny that that's come up twice today. That's interesting as
Hmm.
fuck.
I
But
still
y'all
gotta
don't
check
sleep
that
on that,
out.
man. Get some work done to that shit.
I still gotta check that out. I'm gonna do some work to this weekend.
For sure. What you got to put me on?
I hope this wasn't what I said last week, man. But I'm still gonna say it again because it's that good. The Pit, HBO Max, brand new show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the name of the dude that stars in it, but it's sort of like ER mixed with the Bear. I think like the Bear. Like
That
you don't
bear
like the
ain't
Bear. Like
nothing.
that's the most insane take maybe that you've ever had.
Woo.
That show is fire. But this is like one of those medical dramas, but it's like 24, so it goes an hour each day throughout the
Ah,
season.
that's
Like
hard. That's
yeah,
hard.
I've seen the first 3 episodes. I am hooked. This shit is fire. It comes out on Thursday. I wish I hadn't started watching it though because I really just wanted to binge all of them
It ain't
after I
that
seen
good though.
them.
You gas now. You
No,
gas. You done
facts
went too
though.
far.
No, it's
When the
that.
last
It's
medical
that.
drama you watched,
It's
dude?
been a long time. First of all, it is that good though, but the formatting of it makes me wish that too though. I would have rather just ran these all the way through and seen how the day played out versus waiting every fucking Thursday till this shit come out for the next however long. I definitely don't want to do that. But I find myself nigga at 12 o'clock on Thursday, nigga, I'm hitting play on that because I've been thinking about all week like damn, how this gonna play out. So that shit's fire. Go check it out. It's called The Pit on HBO Max.
Yeah.
And one of them one of them days. I went to go see that this
Oh
weekend
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, solid,
That
solid.
was cool.
I have nothing bad to say because I want people to go see it. So one thing about that, it was nostalgic. I remember when we used to get black movies like that all the time. I
Yeah.
remember Booty Call and Friday, of course, which is
First of all, we're not going to
heavily
be
based off
disrespectful. We
they used the Friday template.
oh,
They
oh,
just didn't. Yeah, that was the Friday
it's
template
Friday
up
after
and
next,
down.
minus the Christmas shit.
Yeah, they just yeah exactly. So
Yeah.
it go see it. It's cool.
It's cool. It's not bad. Let me say that.
Right. Okay.
It's not bad. It's cool. I'm not you disrespecting the hell out of Booty Call. Yeah, that shit is fucking hilarious.
It's right
dude.
there with Booty Call.
This nigga's ill. That's borderline a classic. Why you bullshitting? But comedies aren't what they used to be. I'm gonna keep it a buck. It's either the comedies aren't what they used to be, or I'm just not the demo. I'm too old, which could also be the case. Because this is Friday after next. This is lottery ticket. This is all 3 Fridays and lottery ticket. But to be fair, because somebody was complaining to me about that, and I was like, let's be honest, Friday's 30 years old. So we just happen to live through it. It's okay that you can remake or redo a buddy comedy like Friday 30 years later. Like, come on, I'm not finna hold that against him. But it was okay. It was cool. It was watchable. And it moved quick too. It didn't overstay its welcome. In and out, and scissors in it. So
And she was thick.
there you go. I put on real quick. The NBA season, man. My Pistons. Let's go. Playoff bound. They in the city on Wednesday. Nigga, it's up. I'm in the building. Fuck you mean? If you in the A, you at the Pistons game, holla at your boy. Let's go. Cade for MVP. Shit.
You gotta be sitting courtside at that. I know them seats went them like $100.
It's gonna be a good game now. The Hawks playing well, Pistons playing well. We finally gonna get some competition out here, man. Some competitive basketball.
Finally gonna get some competition.
Yes.
I might pull up to that, man. See what I gotta do Thursday.
Wednesday.
Oh, it's Wednesday. Oh, okay, I ain't gonna be able to make it. I ain't gonna be able to make it. I ain't been to a game in a good minute. I need to do that too.
We gotta catch Wembanyama when he come down here. I gotta see that in person, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I definitely let me know if you go to that.
I got to see
pull.
that.
I
That
definitely
nigga
pull up
look
for that.
crazy.
Facts. Any average about 30 this year?
Nah, not average, no. But he done had some big ass games though.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Man, y'all fuck with your people. YouTube.com/OnDeckTV show. Appreciate the comments. Appreciate the love. Happy New Year. If we ain't already said that, that's the last time we're gonna say it this year. But we appreciate the support, man. Y'all tap in with us next week. We out.
Peace.
You.